welcome to Daytona Beach, Florida, home to America's premier muscle car showroom, Hankster's Hot Rods, where we own and house anywhere from 65 to 80 vehicles at any given time. If you are watching the vehicle we are about to present to you today on any other advertisement other than Hankster's website, which is hanksters.com, please be sure to visit our website so you can determine whether this is in fact a current vehicle that we have for sale. If you are watching this on YouTube, on classiccars.com, on Hemmings, this vehicle may no longer be available for sale. We own all of our cars, so you're dealing directly with the seller. There are no third parties involved. We are not a consignment dealership. We welcome all of you to visit Hankster's Hot Rods to look at the vehicle you might be purchasing. We encourage all of our buyers to come in person. Daytona Beach is a great tourist destination. There's a lot to do here. It's a fun 2-3 day trip, maybe even a week-long trip. Come check out our cars for yourself. Check out underneath. We'll take it on a test drive. Have some fun. Hanksters.com, and if you want to reach us by phone, it's 386-944-9219. Enjoy today's presentation.
Okay, this is the engine bay of a 1962 Corvette. Kind of a unique car because there was only one motor over this one. It was a 360 horse. This guy is a 340 horse, basically the same engine without fuel injection. This guy has a Carter AFB carburetor on it, a winter snowflake high flow intake manifold, a different set of heads. Finned aluminum valve pan covers just the way they came. The distributor is the correct one, and Devin's going to show you carburetor numbers and distributor numbers and engine number also, because this guy is a period correct, numbers correct, not a restamp, the original engine that this car was born with. Has the correct style ram horn exhaust manifolds on it. It has all the correct shielding in place, just the way it should be. I know that Roger just put a new tack drive cable in it, and also a new gear, bronze gear, and a distributor, so that guy will be all set for another, how many years? We don't even know. Original reservoir tank for the cooling system, the correct aluminum radiator that came with this guy from the factory, clutch fan just the way it should be, nice and tight on it yet. Original steel shrouding on the radiator. The heat is still hooked up to the passenger compartment. This guy is correct in every way. It is a 1962 Corvette, 340 horse solid lifter Duntov cam engine, 340 horsepower again. Really great sounding, great running engine with a 4-speed transmission behind it. Very impressive. Correct air cleaner, correct in every way. And it's here at Hankster's. Take a look at this one. Neat car. Okay, this presentation is for a 1962 Chevy Corvette. Solid lifter, 340 horse, correct car. Obviously Roman red, the way it should be from the factory. And if you look, really nice fitment of the hood. All the trim pieces, everything is just as fresh and nice as can be. No hit body. This thing has not had any fiberglass work ever done on it. None that we could detect anyway. Corvette designation across the front with our cross flags, Corvette insignia. Some very, very light scratches on the front bumperettes on this. The center bar doesn't have any, neither does the license plate frame, but there's a few very, very light. You're hardly going to be able to see them, but I'm just telling you that they are there. The rest of the chrome across the front is really nice and fresh and clean looking. Valance underneath is not pulled or cracked or broken in any place. The grille surround itself is very, very clean. Parking lights are hidden down under there, but I assure you they're there and they're in excellent condition. Paint on this car is better than Chevy ever put on it. It's above a driver quality paint job, but it is not a show quality car. It's a very, very nicely done car. Correct wheel hubcaps on it with the correct style rims and correct style tires on it too, bias ply. I think they're bias ply. Yeah, they are. They are the bias ply tires that would have come on this guy in 1962. Cross flags in the fender the way they should be, and again, check out the fitment of the cowl area where your vent is. This guy pops open from a lever underneath the dash, but look at the fitment of the hood. Correct wiper arms and blades on this guy too. I can't say I can't tell you if it's a tinted glass or not. We're just going to call it a windshield because that's what it is. But the dashboard itself isn't deviated or broken up or no cracks in it whatsoever. None that we can detect from looking on here. Will look a little better once we get inside. Correct single mirror on the car. Look at the gap on the door. Very, very nice. Paint going down the side. Really, really nice. And trim on top of the door. Windows, everything is really nice also. See the fitment? Everything on this car is that way. Very, very well fit. Obviously, it has a hard top on it. Door panels are very nice and clean. Original molded type armrest, the way they should be. The door actuators, the window actuator, everything on it is nice and fresh. Door gems themselves are very fresh and clean in it. Correct style steering wheel and gauge cluster. You'll see a little better shot of that once we get inside. And I can't tell you that the interior has been redone. The carpeting does look to be original, and the seating area also has originality to it. It's very, very nice. The headliner and the hard top is just as fresh and clean as can be. And by the way, this guy does have a soft top. It's a white convertible top that we just put on. We just had this thing installed. Not because oh, by the way, new rubbers all around this guy too. They were just deteriorated, so we replaced them. The reason we put a new top on it, the old one was still in great shape, except it was shrunk from age. The guy had it down for over 10, 12 years, and when we went to put it up, it was too short. It had shrunk through the years, so new top, white top. You'll see it in Devin's pictures. Again, down the side of the car, all the paint on this thing is just exemplary. Very, very nice finished car. Going around the back, there's no marks on, very, very light marks on the bumper itself, both of them, your little bumperettes and around your license plate area. But again, you have to really look, and they're probably not going to show up in the videos or in the presentation. A little tiny bit of a patina up inside. You can't see it, but I'm telling you there is some there. And again, look at the trim around this trunk area. Corvette designation on the back. Crystal clear glass, which is actually plexiglass. This isn't real glass. It's plexiglass, but the trim around it, all the seals and everything are just as fresh and clean as can be. The trunk itself, everything is nice, correct. It does have a spare tire in it too, if I remember correctly. I'm not going to tear it up to show you, but I'm pretty sure there is one. And we do have some documentation for this car. Obviously, this sticker belongs up. Can't remember where it was. It was either down here or here. But you can see the age of it. It's been around for a while. Some pictures of the car through the years. Showing you its condition through the years. Don't have any dates on them. And we do have some slips and repair slips and stuff on the car. Great looking interior for the trunk. Yep. New rubbers. That's why it's hard to close. Passenger side, the same as the driver's side. This thing, again, like I said, is a no-hit body. There's no tearing or any indications of any damage in the fender well areas on the front or the back. Side windows, all your trim around, your whiskers and everything has all been replaced. So they're nice and fresh. Door gaps just as sweet as can be in the back here. And you got the same thing on this side as you did the other. Nice original door panels. These aren't replacements, they are original. Dashboard area. We're waiting for 2 brackets for the tray. There is a tray that fits in there, and we do have the tray, and as soon as we get the bracketry for it, we'll install that tray for you too. But the interior of this car is just as it was in 1962 whenever it was released by Chevrolet Corvette division. Nice sills too, door sills, both of them are really, really nice condition. Again, all new rubbers throughout this thing. New rubbers everywhere on this thing. Gaps the same way in the front as they were in the back. Trim. Even this, there's usually patina on the sides of this, and there's no marks on either side of the rocker panel moldings, door sill moldings. And again, no braking, no nothing. And you can get up in there and see all your bonding strips just the way they should be. It's a nice, straight, really great condition car. It's 1962 Corvette, obviously the correct Roman red color. It has a 340 horse 327. You got to remember, this was the last of that first generation of Corvettes, 1962. 63 they came out with the new body style, C2 Corvette. This guy has the next to the top motor, but the most reliable, and the 340 horse ran just as good as a 360 horse because there were no issues with the fuel injection on this car. It had the carburetor. So you got a solid lifter, Duntov cam, correct motor, number-wise, distributor-wise, and carburetor-wise, and body-wise. Everything is correct on this car. It presents itself as an unmolested, undisturbed 62 Chevy Corvette, and it's here at Hanksters in Daytona Beach. And Devin's going to give you a whole bunch of videos, documentation with it, and pictures. You're going to have about 100 photos of this car so that you can go through them, and they're high resolution. You can take a look at them. If you need anything further information-wise, you can call us here at Hanksters, and we'll be more than happy to give you more photos of the vehicle and any information that you need on it. But it's here at Hanksters. If you can, come in person and take a look at it. But if you can't, that's why Devin's going to spend about 5 hours compiling all this for you so that you can watch it on our website, and it's hanksters.com. Okay, this is the underside of our really exceptional 1962 Chevy Corvette 340 horse solid lifter motor. Correct numbers, correct everything. All original suspension in the front. No one's done anything modified on it. There's no disc brakes or anything applied to it. It still has the original drums front and rear. It has an entire new exhaust system on it. The standard ram horn cast iron exhaust manifolds are on the engine, but all the tubing, the exhaust system itself is all new parts. It has this balance tube, of course, you know, for the Corvette added to it. The correct engine. Been out at some point of its life and refreshened. You can see the motor had been out at some point, but everything is freshened up on it. The glass work in this car is all original. I don't see anything on the car that shows that it's been disrupted or worked on at any point through the years. The fender wells, which are metal in this guy, you know, the bottom part, but the fiberglass part on top is all original glass. GM did a really great job with the structural part of this thing. They used a full box frame on this guy, full box frame, and then because they're convertible, and that's all they made up till 63, was the X part that went in. It's very, very strong I-beam bracing that ties the two perimeter frame sections together, the box perimeter frame. So you got a very rigid chassis in this vehicle, very, very well done. No leaks on the engine, no leaks on the transmission, bell housing area, Borg Warner T10 tranny in it, just the way they are from the factory. It always has a nice whine in first, second, and third gear, and it quiets up and forth just the way they were. There's no scale, no deterioration, no indications of anything ever deteriorated or rusted on this frame at any place, absolutely nowhere. Again, the exhaust system is all fresh and new U-joints on the drive shaft. Rear end doesn't have any leaks also. It has the correct tile traction bars that GM installed. Leaf springs in the back just the way they came from a factory, and also a rear anti-sway bar. This was all very, very high-tech stuff at that point in time, suspension-wise. You know, this was actually built as a race car, a car that you could actually take and race on the weekends and drive to work during the week. It was a very well done execution by General Motors, by Chevrolet Division Corvette. Again, you can look at the under chassis and see all the originality of the floor pans, nothing ever been disrupted or cracked or broken. Or on the framework, any of the metal structure, nothing's been deteriorated through the years, and at least at this point in time, there are no leaks on this driveline. The rear differential, the transmission, the bell housing area, or the engine. That doesn't mean at some point it's not going to start dripping on your floor, because it's a muscle car. It will at some point. This car is at Hanksters, and if you're in the market for a very collectible first-generation Corvette, this is one that you should maybe take a look at, because it's the right color, it's the right driveline, it's the right options on the car, and it's very nominally priced for what these things usually go for, and this is a correct car. So take a look at it. It's in Daytona Beach at Hanksters. Okay, this is the passenger compartment of our 1962 Chevy Corvette 340 horse solid lifter car. Believe it or not, Jeff gave us a full tank of gas. I don't know how he did it, but we do have a full tank of gas in here. Temperature gauge is working. We just started this, and it is starting to come up. It's about 120 degrees right now, I guess. Tachometer, you can see, is working. Roger put a new cable and a new bronze gear in the distributor. Correct distributor, too, by the way, with the band on it, with the numbers. The left turn signal is functioning. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it hides down behind the needle here when it's at rest, but it is functioning. And there it is on the right hand side, working just like it should too. Our battery amp gauge working as it should, and we're showing almost, I don't know, 55 pounds of oil pressure, 60 pounds of oil pressure. So we got all that working. Radio, there isn't a chance in the world of that working, and it doesn't. So I think we're good there. Horn definitely works. Wipers. And our wipers are not functioning. They don't want to work for us. So we got to fix the wipers for you. Other than that, it seems like everything else works for you. Everything good. We're going to go for a ride in this guy and see what it runs like. Car goes down the road straight as an arrow. The speedometer is working just like it should. Temperature coming up. I'll put this left turn signal on so you can see it now too. Now that the needle's up, it's up where it should be. Nice running car, goes straight as an arrow. Let's try brakes, no hands here. I've got some cars coming, but we'll do it here in a second. I'm going to do brakes, no hands. Stop straight as an arrow. Nice tight driving car. It has a nice tight feel to it. The steering doesn't wander all over the place. It's a nice tight car, very good looking car. The finish, everything on this guy is really nice. We have to adjust this wiper arm. It's kind of messed up here. It needs a little attention. Slow down here. We're crawling up on a Cadillac pretty quick, but the car runs and pulls just like it should. Naturally short shift in it. I mean, these things are 6,500 RPM motors, and they like RPMs. That's where they make their horsepower. It's a great running car. Everything seems to function, work in it as it should. It goes down the road straight as an arrow on it. Nice car. It's here at Hangsters in Daytona, and if you're in the market for a first-generation Corvette, this is one you want to take a look at because it's a very collectible one, being numbers correct.